Good morning. I'm in the beautiful sanctuary at First Cumberland here in Chattanooga, and I often come in here when I am seeking direction. This is a wonderful room to come in and pray, to just be quiet and be in God's presence. And sometimes when I am seeking direction, I remember one of my favorite Bible verses, James 1:27. Where James tells us, religion that is pure and undefiled before God the Father is this: to care for widows and orphans in their distress, and to keep oneself unstained by the world. And so if I am trying to figure out, well, what do I need to be doing? Well, maybe I need to find a widow or an orphan and help them in their distress, in their need. Maybe literally a widow or an orphan, or maybe just someone else who is in need. And what I have discovered is when I do that, I often discover so much joy and delight for myself. I saw this beautiful story this week that I think is a great example of that. St. Richard's Hospice is a hospice in the United Kingdom. And they had a woman there, Helen Kinnemer, who was, of course, in hospice because things weren't going well in her life. She was an elderly lady. She was coming to the end of her life. And she mentioned to one of the hospice workers how much she loved snow and how much she would love to see and experience snow before she passed away. And so one of the hospice workers got a great idea. He had a snow machine, and so he brought his snow machine. They wheeled her out onto an outdoor patio, and she got to experience snow. I want you to just see this little clip of her enjoying snow. James tells us to help widows and orphans in their distress. That doesn't have to sound like a task that we don't want to do, some kind of a drudgery, but instead it can be a chance for us to share delight with other people. And when James says keep ourselves unstained from the world, we can think of all kinds of ways that we can do that and all kinds of perversions that we want to stay away from. But one of the ways that we keep ourselves unstained from the world is recognizing that there's so much delight, so much joy in the world, and we can bring that to other people. And it is the world that wants to take all of the joy and all of the delight out of our lives. And so you don't have to go through all of the trouble today of setting up a snow machine for somebody, but find some way this day to bring delight into the life of somebody who is in need, a widow or an orphan in their distress. And if you do that, my guess is you will experience so much delight as well, and you will naturally be steering yourself away from being stained by the world. And we can do all of these things because of the God who delights in us and the God who is with us now and always. Amen.